Hi everyone, Drew with Drew Talks. I am at the Montana State Capitol again. It's July 25th. We are doing a protest against the mask mandate, well, against everything really, again. I know I sound discouraged, but I hate protests, and it's just wearing to keep doing this, but I feel like I have to do it because it's the right thing to do. And I feel like right now we are living in a power keg that is going to go off any second. People are getting really irritated. And the more they are pushed down into the mud, the more angry they are getting. And I can see it. I am a patient person. I am a peaceful person, but not everybody is. And what is happening is incredibly dangerous. So we are out here trying to do something before it gets to the boiling point in this country. I mean, we've already seen riots everywhere, disorganized riots. But a lot of the people who have a good sense of morality have been very, very patient. But you can only push a free society so far. Anyone who understands people should understand that. And so I'm very concerned about what's going to happen next. I pray for peace. I pray for freedom. I pray that we get some of these little tyrants out of power and the power is returned to the people. But we will see what happens. So wish me luck. Made a sign. I don't know if I'm actually going to carry it up there because I'm going to be honest. Carrying around a sign is kind of cumbersome. But yep, I got my juice, so I'm hydrated. I actually do have a mask just in case I needed to talk to anyone who has one on if they're concerned about it, because I'm a pretty considerate person, believe it or not. I just am so considerate. I know where my rights end and someone else's begins. So there you go. Anyway, I'll hopefully take some footage while we're up there. But thanks, guys. And yeah, just keep praying and keep speaking out. I saw a study that over 60% of people are afraid to say what they actually think. So we have a loud minority that is bullying people into silence, and that is not right. We should be mature enough to have discourse without name-calling and being children. So there you go.
They're claiming that these masks are going to help, and we see in California that it has not helped. And they think they can control us as Americans, and they think they can...
Schools. We are not learning our history so we can learn from it, and we're not learning the Constitution of the United States, which is the supreme law of the land. Any statute, code, even law that comes up against the Constitution of the United States is rogue, and we do not have to abide by it. Go after it, people.
Request at this time, and that's that every one of you, when you go out to vote, that you take your ballot and instead of mailing it in, go right up to the voting poll and make them open it and insert it so that they cannot destroy it or lose it. They have to register it. Yeah. Thank you.
The signs I've seen over here that say the numbers just don't work, that is so absolutely true. The numbers just aren't there, and we can't even believe the numbers that they're giving us, and we all know it. When Florida labs have positive tests that are 10 times the positive result, are 10 times the actual result. They're showing 100% positives, just statistically impossible. And then when it's actually looked at, we find out that it was 9% positive. Texas had the same kind of thing happen. Dr. Burke stood up in front of us, and there's a video online that she flat says, if you have COVID you died of COVID. Doesn't matter why you really died. And she was contemptuous of other countries that still put the real cause of death on a death certificate.
Okay.
We're being played.
Yes, we are.
I've lived my life in law enforcement in the Air Force, law enforcement in Montana and Oregon. And just as a person, I've lived by my gut instinct. And right out of the beginning, my gut told me this isn't right. Something isn't working here. And now all of us are feeling the same way. And there's got to be a way we can get together and fix this. And this is the way. And we've got to get together before November. This has got to be fixed.
A couple of things that popped into my head on the last guy talking. Yeah, Fox News, you know, what I like to say is they just tell slightly less lies than the other news stations, okay? It's still mainstream media. It's still owned by one of the 4 conglomerates. So you got to kill your TV. There's no use in it, okay? It's alternative media only, and that does take a great deal of discernment. Pray for it. So I recently had an account on Facebook. It lasted about 48 hours. And, yeah, so I got into the coalition, and I only said a few things. But yesterday, when it came out that Bob's got tagged, that fired me up, and I wrote a bit of a short essay. And I think what got me was I pushed that essay into comment sections of the local media, the newspaper, the news stations. And I think somebody just must have said, this guy's got to go, and they made me go.
Bullock's gotta go!
And Bullock's gotta go! Yes, I believe so. So I wrote this screed, and I just have these scribbled notes from what I wrote that got me in trouble yesterday on Facebook. And I just pretty much said, friends, you know, Bob needs to know that they have the support of the community to fight back. Yeah. Okay? You know, he's our neighbor, you know. We need to take hard stands. We need to push back. We need to make our presence known. This needs to be a powerful and faith-grounded protest. We need to fight with our presence. It is our presence standing together that is how we fight. And we need to stand together. It is the strength in numbers, the presence, and faith as our anchor that we are going to use to push back on this evil. When the state sends down whatever agent they're going to use to penalize Bob's Valley, there needs to be 100 of us patriots standing down there when that happens. And I don't know how we know that ahead of time, but it needs to happen. We all need to be standing there saying, no, this isn't going to happen. Yeah. And then I put in there a point about the gulags in Russia and the Soviet states. So they rounded people up who were politically incorrect and had things to say about the state. And the state rounded people up, put them in these labor camps. Well, they're sitting around the labor camp standing there saying, hey, at what point in time should we have done something? What did we do wrong? When could we have acted? And they all came to the conclusion that we should have done something when they came for our neighbors' things. They came for our neighbors' things, and we did nothing. That's when we need to do something. So let Bob know that you're here as his neighbor, and you're not going to let him take his things.
I also want to mention that Governor Bullock said during mid-June and mid-July, over 55,000 COVID tests were done in Montana. That's why Montana numbers skyrocketed, people. Then Governor Bullock, on the date, said that it was time to stop the free testing, the same date that he announced on July 15th that the state is under a mask mandate. Pay attention to the future numbers, people. If the governor says masks lowered our numbers, he's deceiving you. The numbers are lowered because there's less testing.
Hi guys, so the rally is still going on, but everyone decided to walk up to the governor's house, which, not everyone actually, I'd say only about 2/3 of the people, which I probably will not participate in. I'm just not comfortable going to people's houses. That's something we see at the BLM rallies, and I don't necessarily agree with it, especially since a lot of these people have kids. I wouldn't want people in my yard. In Montana, going on private property means you might get shot. So in order to not get shot, I'm just not going up there. But I am still down here, may linger and talk to some people, and then we're going to call it a day. Thanks, everyone. Hi everyone, just finished up the event. Like I said, I did not go up to the governor's mansion, and there was a few people who didn't, and I just kind of hung out and spoke with them. which was really kind of fun, just hanging out and socializing with people. Felt almost normal again. So yeah, not a whole lot of stories from my end of things, because I guess I didn't go where the action was, but it was a good time. I think almost everyone is going to go support a local business here in town who has been targeted by our county health board. I didn't get to interview anyone. Honestly, people are terrified to share their opinion. And I gotta be honest, it saddens me that so many people know that if they share their opinion of speaking out against something, they will be censored, they will have their business punished, they might lose their job. This is absolutely ridiculous that people are so afraid. But I'm not saying it's ridiculous they're afraid, because they have reason to be afraid. It's ridiculous is the amount of people who have taken podiums where they enjoy bullying everyone into silence, so they never ever 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 have to hear an idea that disagrees with what they think. They have so much fear of people disagreeing with them, they'd rather just shut them up than listen to them. One of the speakers, he said it's incredible to get 100 people who are independent minded out here, because when you lean towards more of what we're speaking about, you tend to believe in people as individuals. And because we believe people are individuals, it's hard to get them to collectively do things. Whereas if you don't believe in personal liberty, you think of people as nothing more than a little cog in a big wheel. And so it's easy to get a huge wheel going because everyone is a little cog. So getting a group that believes they're all individuals together is a huge feat, but I thought it was a really good point. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up, give a thumbs down, whatever. And I'm going to keep speaking out about this. We need to speak out before we get hurt. We need to speak out when our neighbors are being hurt. And what's happened, the numbers do not make sense. They just don't. You follow them statistically. South Dakota has a 1.6% death rate. Montana was at 3.6. We started testing more people, and now we're down to 2.4. That will go back up because we stopped all asymptomatic testing after the mask mandate. So, yeah, I'm just rambling right now, but I'm hot, tired. I'm gonna go home, see my family, and thanks everyone.